I am an immigrant. I was born in China. We grew up, as immigrants, very poor. My mom worked as a waitress.
Like, are you doing like other kinds of investing?
So I decided to take the risk and I put about half of my net worth into crypto. So I got my degree in supply chain management.
I didn't even know that was a major.
Do you realize how you got like a bottled water? I knew nothing about real estate. So, and that's the thing I learned too with investing. You gotta.
What's up, guys? Yasir here. Today we have a very special guest, Anna Miller, and she's here to share her experiences with us from immigrating to the United States at a very young age, growing up with a single mother, working in Silicon Valley, living in New York, and investing in crypto. Everyone say hi to Anna. Anna, thank you for taking the time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have a conversation with you.
Me too.
So tell me about yourself. Tell me about your career.
Oh, okay. So I got my degree in supply chain management at ASU. And one of the roles, I guess, in supply chain management is procurement. And I think I just kind of fell into that because I did an internship in procurement. I really liked it. So when I started my career at Cisco, I told them to put me in global supply management. And so that's where I got started in procurement and sourcing.
Wait, and you've been in procurement your whole career?
Yes, pretty much, yeah. My whole career doing hardware and software in direct purchasing.
Where all have you worked?
So I worked at Cisco and then Salesforce for 4 years, and then Zoox, which is a robo-taxi company that was bought by Amazon,
Okay.
and then FanDuel.
Oh, that's a lot of different companies.
Yes.
So you worked at FanDuel, Cisco, Zoox,
and Salesforce.
and Salesforce.
Yes.
That's a lot of companies. So how many years of experience do you have?
I would say around 10 years of experience.
10 years of experience. I gotta say, it's actually surprising to me. I wanna talk about your experiences at all those companies, but I'm very curious because you said you majored in supply chain management.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a major. Like, I think about people who major in things and they're like, oh, I'm gonna be an engineer, or I'm gonna work in finance. And supply chain management's like very specific.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know that was a major as well. And so I was actually an accounting major at first. And I did an internship at US Airways. At the time, it was so boring. And at ASU, actually, supply chain management is the top 3 in the nation.
Really?
At ASU. Yeah, so I just decided to go to a class, like an intro to supply chain class. I sit in on it. And I kind of liked it. I think the professor gave an example about, like, do you realize how you got like a bottled water? So he did the whole thing from like manufacturing sites, putting onto pallets, and then onto trucks, and then into like grocery stores, for example. So all these steps and processes for you to take, it takes for you to just get a bottle of water. So I thought that example was really, really cool to me. So I decided to change my major, and I know that if I majored in supply chain at ASU, I would have a lot more, job opportunities.
Yeah, 100%.
So
I think that's first of all. Supply chain managers are superheroes, right? Like, if you think about where we were just like 5 years ago during the pandemic, where the supply chain just like completely like shit itself.
Right.
And like, essential workers were like, we had to, like, grocery stores were empty. We ran out of like toilet paper, and these are things that we take for granted every day.
Yeah, exactly. And then, every company has a supply chain. So I also did that for, job security, I feel like. So it's a good major. But then, like I said, I kind of fell into procurement, as a result of doing this major.
So when you think about supply chain management, what are the most common opportunities besides procurement?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think maybe like logistics is a big part. Logistics.
Can you explain what logistics is?
Yeah, so like the movement of goods. Manufacturing, so anything from raw materials to finished goods. So, managing your contract manufacturers, for like Foxconn, just making sure that nothing gets delayed, just getting the right products on time, basically.
So there's logistics, there's obviously procurement.
Yeah.
And can you explain what procurement is?
Procurement is purchasing, so it's what I do. It's a lot of contract negotiations, working with legal, working with IT, and then my customers are my business partners, so they're internal, so whatever tool they need, I would go out and procure it, and at the same time being strategic. So it involves, talking to people, connecting the dots, just making sure that we're getting the best deal and the best quality product or tools for my customers.
Yeah. How does procurement change as you've worked at so many different companies?
So procurement, it started, just well, I started personally in hardware, so it's a lot of logistics, so direct materials. So that was when I was at Cisco. Just a lot of it has to do with, like I said, making sure the right product gets to the right people on time.
Right.
So a lot of on-time delivery. And then I moved to completely 100% software. So, delivery logistics is out the window. Now it's a lot of contract negotiations and working with legal. So I became very proficient in reading contracts and doing order forms. So I think it's changed nowadays with AI. Now it's becoming such a big thing. Companies are using AI to do negotiations, reading contracts, finding unfavorable terms, for both sides. I think, that's a big thing. And it's just getting started. I'm beginning to see a lot of more companies even creating teams for AI around AGI to see what tools, that's safe for the company to use internally. So, I think that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like everyone thinks that AI is going to replace their jobs, but it doesn't really sound like you think that's happening immediately.
I don't think so because it's probably going to cut down our work time, but you still need humans to negotiate and that human connection. You still need humans like lawyers to read the language to see whatever the AI suggests, for example.
Because the AI could draft the language, but it doesn't
Exactly.
necessarily capture intent.
Yeah,
Unless
exactly.
you have to still tell it what the intent is.
Right. But I mean, it is going to be super helpful, cutting down legal time, legal back and forth, because that's often the bottleneck in my job, both internally and externally. So I think that could help reduce, legal's time by a lot.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hardware procurement seems to me like I'm building a data center. I need to get chips and silicone.
Yeah.
That's what you're procuring, or something.
Yes, pretty much. Yes, there's that component to it. There's also, like in the example of Cisco, they're building products. So in my case, I was in charge of the wireless routers. So I was making sure, those are being built, getting all the parts from all the suppliers to the contract manufacturer site and making sure it's built on time, like they meet the quotas and just managing the suppliers as well as the manufacturing site.
So in the example that you just said, which is like the building of the router,
Right.
How many companies or components go into something like that? Like if you're just like building one router, like how many contracts or people did you have to talk to make that happen?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there is something called JDM, which is joint venture. I forgot what it stands for, but there's so where it's just Cisco manages the top 4 or 5 most critical components, and for the smaller components, it's actually Foxconn in this case that goes out and procures it for us, and because these are simpler components. So for us, we just have to manage the more strategic and more expensive parts like memory, hard disk drive, for example, CPUs. So that's what we go out and negotiate and procure, and we bring it to Foxconn in this case, and then they bring out all the other parts. So it's a joint venture. So of course we pay Foxconn and a little bit of a adder percentage on top of it.
Right.
But yeah.
Is it just like you're always buying something on behalf of the company?
Basically I buy stuff. That's what I tell people.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I just try to buy stuff at the best price.
Do you actually get like rewarded for like saving the company money? Like if your budget was like $10 million for the year and you ended up spending like $8 million, does the company?
No, so that's actually a common misconception because I know I work with sales guys all the time, right? And on the other end, and they get an incentive to sell.
Right.
But we actually don't get additional compensation for any cost savings. We do, but we do have targets. I know we do have targets that we need to meet, but yeah, we don't get compensated.
So do you think that this is like a job that you love? Like, how are you rating this job on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, so for me, I think it's like a 5. It's not my passion, although I do, love talking to people, making connections. But my background is not in tech, so and I've kind of been forced into this kind of technical role because I support a lot of engineers.
Right.
So yeah, it's not really my passion. So I don't know if it's like long term.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you want to do next then?
Next, I don't know. Like I love working with kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I want to do something like open a daycare or like because I speak Chinese, so I want to work maybe in a bilingual preschool or daycare. I think that would be really cool.
Oh my God, that would be so amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, you with a bunch of little kiddos?
I know, right?
So like what age group are you thinking? Like 4, 5, 6?
I think daycare or preschool. So like young, because I mean I don't have a background in education, so I think and I love like taking care of people. I think I'm very a nurturing person.
Yeah.
So I think that would give me a lot of joy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you love kids like that.
Yeah, I do. I love kids.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Tell me about where you're from and how you grew
Okay.
up.
Yeah, so I am an immigrant. I was born in China, and I, had a happy childhood there. I went to school there till fourth grade. And then when I was 10, I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and that's where I grew up. It was a huge culture shock, obviously, because I didn't speak any English, and it's Phoenix.
What does that mean?
I mean, I just still remember when I first landed, in Phoenix from China.
Because you're in the fourth grade, right? So you're like
Yeah.
9 years old.
Yeah. So as a child, I was like, wow. My first thought was, oh my God, where are the people on the sidewalks? There's just nobody on the sidewalk. So that was really strange to me. And then it was just quiet. There's no one around, because that's what I was used to in China. Just always people everywhere. When I go out, there's friends everywhere, So it took a little bit of adjusting. And then, and I quickly, I think, assimilated, learned English by watching Friends, as one do. But yeah. And yeah, so I grew up there. I went to college in Phoenix, or in Tempe.
Right.
And then after college, I moved to San Francisco for work, and that's where I stayed for 10 years.
Where in China are you from?
It's a big city. It's up north. It's called Zhengzhou.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it.
No, you haven't.
Shangzhou?
Yeah, Zhengzhou. China has changed so much since I was there. Every time I go back, I see a huge change. It's super clean, super safe, now super efficient. But yeah, growing up, it was, still the 90s. School was obviously very hard, very stressful. Even, as a child in elementary school, I remember I got anxiety from school.
Really?
It was really hard. And yeah, just like having friends. I went to my grandma's house a lot. Yeah, I think I had a pretty happy childhood.
And and when you say happy, like what are the key elements that made your childhood in China so happy?
I think it's mostly the community and my family. We had a community everywhere. Like it's where everyone knows their neighbors. Everyone knows your community, your neighborhood. And after dinner, for example, in the summer, we would all go out to the courtyard, and you always see your friends or someone I remember playing with my friends a lot after dinner, and just a lot of fun. Yeah.
And then when you moved to the U.S., you started watching Friends to learn English.
Yeah.
And what was like your first year of school like in the United States? This is like,
I know.
That's an experience, I imagine.
Yeah, that was really hard. First day of school. Well, I just remember the math being super easy. I was like, wow, they're just learning this
These
now.
stupid Americans.
Yeah. But yeah, English was hard for me. I was in ESL. I think I didn't understand what was going on, for the first year. But as I, learned English, and slowly I understood. I think just growing up, just being immersed in that culture and the language, it forced me to learn it super quick.
I came to the United States as a kid, but I don't remember a time when I didn't speak English.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but you actually do, because you came at like 9, 10 years old.
Right.
How were the kids?
Yeah, so the first, elementary school was actually pretty nice. Like all those kids were super nice to me, super
that's really
kind.
nice.
But then in middle school, high school, I was the only Asian kid in school.
Okay.
So it's like there was a lot of bullying. So it kind of like made me, I think, a stronger person today, just to like endure all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids are mean, I think.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, we've known each other for a long time, so I know that you're an incredibly resilient person.
Oh, thank you.
Was it from the bullying, or how did you get so resilient?
Maybe, I think I've always known that, wow, I got this opportunity to come to America, and it's, not an opportunity that a lot of people get to have at such a young age. I always knew like, oh, I wanted to make something out of my life, because we grew up, as immigrants, very poor. My mom worked as a waitress, so I've always had money scarcity mindset. So I'm always like, oh, okay, I know I want to get an education, get a good job, just the American dream. So that's what I kept believing and thinking on. So yeah.
Do you still keep traditional Chinese holidays or cultures in your family today?
Yeah, I mean, I try. Like for Chinese New Year, we'll do stuff, but it's hard because I, live so far away from my mom. She's still in Phoenix.
Okay.
But I mean, I do try to, like, if there's a marriage or wedding in China, like of a family member, I try to go back and see them.
Oh, so you go back to China often?
Yeah, I try to, like once a year.
Oh, you go back once a year?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been back a ton.
Yeah. couple times.
Have you kept in touch with any of the people that you knew as a child?
No, I wish, because when I left, social media wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
But I wish I did, because I still have, a lot of friends there, even from school. I wish I kept in touch with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wonder when people move away and come to the United States,
Yeah.
what became of the people that didn't
I know.
move.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be great, like, if I can find them, but, like, Facebook and all that is banned in China, so I can't even look
Oh,
for them.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xi Jinping doesn't allow you
No.
guys to have any
No.
social media.
I know, so, yeah.
So what happens when you go to China? Does your phone like just stop working?
It works. It's just slow. But I mean, I use WeChat. Everyone uses WeChat for
Okay.
everything. Yeah.
That's wild.
I know, it's wild, right? Yeah.
And and after you did all your schooling, you went
Yeah.
to school at University of Arizona?
Yeah.
You
Oh, no,
moved-
Arizona State. Very
Arizona
different.
State.
Yes.
Okay.
Very different.
All
Yeah.
right, don't hurt me now. All right, so you went to ASU.
Yeah.
Devils or
Yeah, the Sun Devils.
Sun
Yeah.
Devils. Okay.
Yes.
And then you moved to San Francisco,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you lived there for
About 10 years.
yeah. Like, what made you go to the Bay Area? Yeah, because you went to the Bay, right?
Honestly, I just wanted to get out of Phoenix, and I got a job offer at Cisco, so I decided to move there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Arizona is like. I have been there.
Right.
I've seen the like 30-foot cacti,
Yeah.
but living there has got to be like way different than living in like the Bay Area of New York.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's like 180. It's a lot more diversity in the Bay Area, of course. The weather is nicer. I think the people too in SF, everyone's in tech. I'm just like surrounded by really intelligent people. And I'm really fortunate thinking back that, I got this job offer and I came to this really great place that, I think fits more of who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated December 2012.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this is like this. You graduated college December 2012?
yeah, because I graduated a semester early because I
Okay.
didn't want to pay for another semester.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
were like you were a
done.
hustler.
I was a hustler. Yeah.
Where'd you get your hustler spirit from?
I don't know. I think maybe my mom, because growing up I saw how hard she worked. She was like, never home because she was working, like I said, as a waitress until 9, 10 p.m.
Yeah, so were you just like home alone by
Yeah,
yourself?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like my mom, first of all, immigrant mothers, we love them.
We love them.
We
Yes.
love them. My mom, single mom, raised
Yeah.
me and my brother, and
Wow. Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
and like we grew up in the ghetto, and
Right.
so like raising two black men in inner city
Oh.
Philadelphia is like in the hood is
Wow.
probably a very stressful experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet. Yeah.
Now, did you go to public school or did you go to a private school?
Public.
Okay.
But yeah, public school.
Well, how would you describe your experience in public school? Like, is it like one of those like Valley Girl public schools, or was it like more like
Yeah, it's
smoking
more
cigarettes,
exactly like that. Yeah, people were doing drugs. There's a lot of girls, pregnant when I was in high school. Yeah, I was not in the best area, but it wasn't like the ghetto either.
Yeah, it was like somewhere in the middle.
In the middle, yes, exactly.
How did you manage to stay focused to go to college and stuff like that
Yeah.
with all of this like chaos around you?
Yeah, because like all my friends in high school, none of them went to college. But for me, thinking back, my life could have gone to a different direction so easily. But I think for me, it was just like, wow, I want to get out of here. I want to make something out of my life. And also my mom just keep telling me like, hey, like, don't end up like me, like, working as a waitress, the rest of your life. You got to make something out of your life. So there's always having that voice in the back of my head, I think really motivated me. But she wasn't a tiger mom, like the stereotypical Asian mom. She let me do whatever I wanted. She gave me so much freedom. But I think by her doing that actually allowed me to be more, super independent and just go-getter.
Yeah, and in many ways it allows you to explore without rebellion.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because
yeah.
when you're like really in the close grips of your parents, you have an urge to rebel.
Yeah, and I've actually seen that with my friends where, they have really strict parents, and then once they go to college and then, then they go crazy because
Yeah.
they were, yeah.
They're like under the under the ruler for so long, and
Yeah.
they're free. And then when you get your freedom, you're just like,
I've already had this freedom, so I know, I know what I need to do, and I know my goals, so I need to just go do it.
kudos to your mom.
Yeah, kudos to her. I know.
And did you come to the States with your mom and your dad?
No, my parents are divorced. I just came with my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, so she came here when I was 7, and then 3 years later I came.
Okay. And your dad is still in China?
Yeah, so all my family is still all in China.
So who lives here in the United States with you?
Yeah, just my mom and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, my half brother.
And your half brother born and raised in the US
Yep.
or
Yeah, born and raised here.
really?
Yeah.
How are you guys different or the
We're-
same?
We're yeah, I mean, we're not that close because we're 16 years apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How old is he?
He's 19 now. He just turned 19.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, I mean, I would like to be closer to him, but, we're, like I said, very different. I'm very outgoing and independent. He's kind of sheltered and dependent.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
he's Gen Z, right?
he's Gen
19?
Z. Yeah, he's Gen Z.
He's just like a TikTok generation.
Yeah, very much. He doesn't talk much, and he's scared of everything. Like to go out. Like for me, when I was young, I've always known I wanted to travel, see the world. He is kind of the opposite. I think it's just like maybe because he's a boy, I don't know, or maybe because my mom had him later in life. I think he's very sheltered compared to me.
What piece of advice would you give your brother?
I would say just be more adventurous, go out, do it, talk to strangers, get out of your comfort zone. Yeah, you got to be uncomfortable.
You have to live your life.
You got to live your life, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of the times with people, they live in so much fear.
Yeah.
And it's like paralyzing.
Yeah, maybe. And I feel like especially Gen Z, like that generation's getting lonelier and lonelier because of social media. It really broke my heart because he just had his 19th birthday. He like didn't go out. I remember when I was 19, like I wanted to have a big party like for my birthday and everything, but for him, he just went to dinner with my mom.
Wow.
That's what he wanted to do, but I don't know.
So you worked at Cisco.
Right.
That was your first job.
My first job out of college. Yeah.
First job out of college back in 2012.
2013.
2013.
Yeah.
How much did you get paid in that first job? How much does a new college grad working at Cisco make?
Okay, so at the time it was 74,000.
Oh.
I thought that was so much money.
Did you?
Yeah.
I still think it's a lot of money,
okay.
no?
Yeah, I mean,
70,
it is a lot, right? Like, I mean, I think right now the average for US is what, 50, 60, I don't know.
I think it's like median household income or something, yeah. But making 74,000.
As a new grad. But I mean, you got to take into consideration it's the Bay Area.
Yeah,
right?
But it was also 2013.
Yeah, and also 2013.
Those were the better days.
I know, the good old days, yeah.
It's also crazy to think that 2013 was like 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Time flies. I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making $74,000. You're probably freshly minted 22, 23-year-old.
Yeah.
What was your financial mindset like back then?
For me, like I said, I grew up, always seeing my mom saving her money. I think that's what I was doing. I was saving at least like a couple grand a month.
Okay.
So
you had like roommates, or because
Yeah.
even then it was kind of expensive living in the Bay.
Yeah. So when I first moved out there, I had roommates. Yeah. And even I had roommates my whole time there until I purchased my house in 2020, right before the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you purchased the house in 2020 right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's
so
excellent timing.
I know. I was so happy because thinking back, I was like, because I was living in a house with, 4 other people. Like, wow, how would we have? That would have been so crazy to, all 5 of us work from home. So thinking back, I got really lucky with the timing of buying the new house.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, myself included, we aspire to like purchase a home.
Right.
And you're only just a few years out of college, right?
Yeah.
You've got like 6 or 7 years work experience.
Yeah.
What really pushed you to like buy a house?
Oh, actually, it's my mom.
Really?
I didn't even think about it. I mean, I had like a couple of friends that purchased a house or a condo, in the area and thinking it was a good investment. I knew nothing about real estate. I, had a realtor show me around. My budget at the time, for a house was $600K. But then, as things go, I found a house, a new construction, and then with all the upgrades added as they were building it, it turned out to be more than my budget. But also thinking back now, I think I got lucky because I got a low interest rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your interest rate on the house?
Well, when I bought it was 3.2%, but then I refinanced right away and I got 2.65%.
2.65%?
Yeah.
I think that might be the lowest interest rate I've heard.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
2.65. That's free money, baby.
I know. I think timing too. And yeah, like I said, I just got lucky because my mom has been pushing me to buy a house for the longest time. I just never did it. But then finally pulled the trigger and felt like it was the right time.
And your house is where in the Bay?
It's in Oakland.
It's in Oakland.
Yeah, it's in West Oakland.
But we're in New York City.
Yes.
So what's happening with this house now? Is it just collecting dust?
No, it's actually, I'm renting it out. I have a tenant.
You have a tenant?
Yes. Yeah.
Family, individual?
She's also a single mom, so it's her and her child, her daughter. Yeah.
Tell me about the tenant selection process. What does that look like?
Oh, that was really stressful because I, wanted to do it myself. Obviously, you want to find a good, reliable person. But I got my house, got a professional photographer come, took photos of my house, and I put it on Zillow. And Zillow is cool. They have a free feature that does background checks for you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and it's free for the first time if you want to rent out your house. So yeah, that's how I did. And then I got a couple of people interested, and ultimately I chose this person because she seemed trustworthy. Even though I gave her a lower rent, but I was willing to charge her lower rent versus charging someone higher rent, but they're unreliable. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like there's something to be said about having a good tenant.
Yes.
I've done real estate in the past, and I wouldn't say that I like jacked up anyone's rent ever,
Right.
but I would always have year-over-year raises.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay.
do, like even if it was like 2 to 3%.
Yeah.
And I found that tenants still feel pressure and move.
Mm.
And I had
Yeah.
one guy, he lived at my place for like 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
And I raised his rent maybe 2%
Okay.
a year, just to like keep up with inflation, nothing crazy.
Okay.
And one day he moved, and then I got like a string of bad tenants after
Oh,
that. And I was
no.
like, no!
Yeah, so see, I'd rather just keep her happy, because it's a lot of work, and then you lose, rent for 1 month potentially. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you have somebody who's like reliable, and
Yeah.
you're giving them a good home.
Yes,
Like you're not like a profit maximizing landlord.
No. But I mean, I am still getting, because I have such a low interest rate, I think netting a positive around $500 a month on the house. So
On cash
it's,
flow?
Yeah, cash flow. Yeah.
And if you were really being a scumbag, how much do you think you could net?
I could charge her like $400 more.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, like it's like almost $5,000 a year.
Yeah.
But to you, it's like not worth it.
Yeah, to me, it's not really worth it because you want someone to take care of your house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That peace of mind comes with like a price.
Exactly. Yeah.
And in New York City, where are you living right now?
I'm in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's rent like over there?
So I live in a studio and I pay $3,000 a month.
$3,000 a month. So you're generating income here, and it's
Yes.
helping to supplement income there.
Yeah.
And what do you have like an overall investment thesis? Like, are you doing like other kinds of investing?
Yeah. So when I was in SF, everyone is into crypto at the
crypto.
time. Yes. So and then I met, I have some friends that are in it. So I decided to, take the risk because everyone's, at least people around me, they were high risk, high reward. So I decided to take the risk and I put about half of my net worth into crypto. This was in 2021.
In 2021.
Yes. Oh no, sorry, 2022. Yes.
So in 2022, you put
Yes.
half of your net worth
I know, it's crazy.
into crypto.
Yeah.
And what are we thinking? Is this like Bitcoin? Is this like what crypto?
There's
What cryptos are your portfolio?
a little bit of everything, but mostly Doge.
Okay.
Yes, because it's just like following my friend, and she's been through the previous cycle. So because we believe that crypto is in 4-year cycles. So she was in the last cycle and she 10x'd her money. So that's my goal. Ultimately, everyone wants to retire early. The FIRE method.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
that
love some
was my
FIRE.
goal. Yes. So that was my goal. I mean, that's still my goal. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. Wait. I gotta.
Yeah.
So explain to me, because I don't know anything about crypto.
Right.
What is a 4-year cycle? What does that mean?
So if you follow previous trends and look at just Bitcoin pricing, every 4 years, Bitcoin kind of hits an all-time high and then it drops. And there's also other trends with, Bitcoin halving, for example, the previous times after the Bitcoin halving happening, and then it's like, I think around 320 something days after Bitcoin hits an all-time high. So that's a high. So if you look at the last cycle, the high, I guess you call it the bull market, was November 2021.
Okay.
So according to, if we follow that trend, I think, the next bull cycle would be the end of this year. So
Okay.
that's my exit strategy. So we'll see.
There's the exit strategy.
Yeah,
So what was the
this year.
price of? So you have Bitcoin and Doge.
Yes.
What was the average price of those in 2022?
Yeah. So when I bought, like my average for Doge was around a little bit less than 7 cents.
7 cents
Yeah.
a coin.
Yeah.
And what's
coin.
Doge at now?
Doge, I
don't know
think it's
even-
at like 23 cents today.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, I think maybe I forgot around 40 or 50K.
Okay.
So today, it was like
like
100,
100.
just over 100, 108 today.
And are you single?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you made a pretty substantial return.
I mean, for now, nothing is real until you sell, right? So, and that's the thing I learned too with investing. You gotta just take your emotions out of it and put in money, whatever money you are okay with losing. So it is, like I said, high risk, high reward. And I've made mistakes too, like where I lost money.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
saying you have a large chunk of your net worth
Right,
in,
right.
and now you're like up 100, 200%. When do you quit? When do you get out? Because I think about GameStop, right?
Yeah.
And there's some movie on Netflix about GameStop
Right.
where there's a bunch of people who made a ton of money, and then there was one person or two people who
Yeah.
left holding the bag at the end of the day. Like somebody's holding the bag.
Right. So that's the hard part, is timing your exit. And I think you just can't be greedy about it. You have a target price in mind, and once it hits that, you sell.
Okay.
I think that's the big thing, because everyone's like, oh, holding on, it's going to go up a little bit more, and all of a sudden it crashes.
Yeah.
So yes, I think I'm actually conservative with my number. So once, for example, for me, if Doge hits 60 cents, I'll sell.
Okay.
That's my goal. I know it has the potential to maybe go to $1, but yeah, and you just got to be happy with what you have, and if it does go up after you sell, you can't have remorse. So yeah, it's a mental game. You got to train yourself.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah,
it's hard. I did some options trading recently.
Oh yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, but it's hard. I was up. I did a same day trade for a same day option contract.
Okay.
Held this contract for 2 hours. I was up 200%. I
Wow.
sold. And then if I would have stayed in, I would have been up 600%.
Oh my
and I was
God,
no! But it's so risky.
At least,
and I was
money,
so anxious the whole
yeah.
time. It's very anxiety
It is,
rated.
yeah.
It's so much fun.
I know, it is. It's like an adrenaline rush. Yeah, and this is why people, bet and or go to the casino or whatever. It's like an adrenaline rush. Yeah.
But but you mentioned FIRE earlier.
Yeah.
It doesn't you're trying to get rich. It
not rich, but enough that I don't, have to work, I think.
Yeah. And so and when you're working, do you still do the 401k?
Yeah.
Do you buy ETFs? What's your strategy?
Yeah,
there?
I still have some money in traditional finance, right?
Okay.
the stock market. I do have 401k, yeah. So I think I'm pretty set up for my future retirement.
Long-term success is secure.
Yeah, secured.
So if all of your crypto went to zero?
I might have to go back to work, but I could sustain myself a little bit more, because I did I looked at my past expenses, and I saw that per year I spend about 50K cash with rent, everything, travel. So
wait, what?
50K, is that normal?
That's so little.
Is it?
In New York City?
Oh, this was in San Francisco, but
But even still.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that little? I don't know. Okay, well maybe I'm just.
I feel like I spend way more money than that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Teach me.
I know, right?
Teach me your ways.
I don't know. I just well, for me also, I think it helps that I hate having stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like to spend money on traveling. Yeah. Experiences.
Yeah. I don't value material things myself. I got some things in
yeah,
this
but
apartment.
you got nice stuff.
But I don't have that many things.
Right.
The few things that I do have are nice, but most things I don't shop a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, 50K per year. I think I could sustain myself a little bit, a couple years before I have to go back to work. But
if your total annual expenses is only 50K a year, you're actually not that pressure to even get a job that you don't even really like just for the paycheck.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right, because so many people are trying to sustain a lifestyle.
I know. Yeah.
And it costs a lot of money, so they have to work.
Right.
In the job that they don't like.
Exactly, and that's what I don't want, because I value my freedom so much more. So I rather work a job where what I love and getting paid less than working a job that's soul-sucking and stressful.
Yeah. But you're looking for new opportunities right now.
Yes, I'm just searching. I've been interviewing because recently I got laid off at FanDuel. So yeah, I'm interviewing every day. It's been so hard lately. I think maybe it's just the economy and the state of the world today. But yes, I've been interviewing a lot. I've gone to final round with a lot of companies, but then ultimately I didn't get the job.
Okay.
And I've talked to a couple of my friends who also is in the same situation as I am, and they say the same thing. So I know, yeah, it's not just me, and it's everyone's going through layoffs, and everyone's trying to find a job right now. So the job market's tough. Yeah.
What piece of advice would you give to someone who's experienced in a layoff?
Yeah.
And on how to endure it and how to get through it?
That's a good question. I think just don't give up, be persistent, keep putting yourself out there, and yeah, there's going to be setbacks, but I would say also just if you feel burnt out, just stop searching for a while, take time for yourself, do what you love. For me, I like to journal, meditate. Also, working out helps. I feel like that's my form of therapy. It's been keeping me sane.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just remember to take time for yourself, take care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anna, I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, this is great.
I have one last question for you. If you could give me a book recommendation, what would that book be and why?
Good book I recently read was called The Chip War. So it's about, with AI becoming so big, and I think, and all the chips are right now manufactured in Taiwan. And that's why, there's this huge tension with, China and US. So I think whoever wins the chip war wins the AI race.
Yeah.
And it's so important, but no one's really thinking really about that. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a good book.
I'll look into it.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of discussions about chips. I mean, like Biden passes like the CHIPS Act.
Oh, yes.
And obviously, like Nvidia is like slinging H100s and A100s around,
Right,
like the whole Silicon Valley, and everyone's trying to get their hands on chips, and they're
Right.
like super, super expensive.
Right.
And so yeah,
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
see what happens. Thank you very much for taking
Thank
the
you
time.
for having me.
Yeah, I
It's great.
appreciate it.
Yes. Okay, subscribe.